Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. My name is Dan W. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. Today our Marvel Legends reviews continue with this Mantis Build-A-Figure wave, and in front of me we have our first comic book character I'm reviewing, and it is Nihilo or Nihilo. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but on the box he is called a Cosmic Protector or Cosmic Protectors because he shares the back with Adam Warlock himself. So yeah, just a really quick look at the box. He's just very gold. Nothing really much about him apart from his gold. No accessories, some devilly horns I guess on his head, and then we get an arm for the Mantis Build-A-Figure. Then we get a picture of him on the side. At the back, as I've mentioned already, he shares the box art with Adam Warlock. Then as always, we get a list of all the figures in this wave we need to complete the Mantis Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Nihilo or Nihilo, or I don't really know. Someone in the comments tell me how to say it or direct me to a video that knows how to say it because I clearly don't. But I do know he's a recent villain in the comic books and I will explain that as we go along. But let's open up Mr. Gold member himself, or Goldar if you're a Power Rangers fan. Let's go. Pow, and here he is out of the box, the avatar of creation himself, Nihilo or Nihilo, or I still don't know how to say it. He comes with no accessories apart from this arm to build the Mantis Build-A-Figure. Obviously subscribe to the channel, stay tuned, and I will be reviewing her last. As always, there's a playlist on my channel, so make sure you go and find it and watch all my other reviews. But yes, this is the only accessory this guy comes with. Other than that, a lot of gold paint. I don't really know what to say about this figure. He's on a big book. Don't quote me on what book it is, but I think it could be like Hyperion or something like that. He's quite big. No real paint details apart from this chest plate and the green eyes and the white teeth. Other than that, this guy is just very gold. Like Rita Repulsa made him herself. Or, as I've mentioned already, Gold member from Austin Powers 3. If anyone's seen that.
I love gold!
Smoking a pancake, bonging a blitz. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. He's got no shoes on. How about that? That's a fact. But other than that, his name means out of nothing. And he can sort of terraform planets and he wants to create new species and whatnot. But why am I telling you that now when I could tell you in my Who Is He segment? So without further ado, Mr. Goldman, who are you? No, that's not how it goes. It's who is he? So this is the part of the video where we ask the question, who is he? And I try and give you a little bit of information on the character that this figure is inspired by. So, Nihilo or Nihilo. Not too sure how you say it, but let's find out, who is he? So, Nihilo basically means out of nothing in Latin, and he was first introduced to us in Avengers Volume 5 number 1 very recently in December of 2012. Nihilo is one of the gardeners. He's a species of robotic creatures created by the builders. He has the ability to create, control and modify life forms on a planet, like control plants and organic life. He was first introduced to the Avengers when he was on the planet Mars with his sister Abyss, where they were trying to create the perfect version of mankind. Since then, he's popped up in the comics here and there, but eventually died in 2015. There you go, so I hope that helped. Again, I do not claim to be an expert, but it is nice to have a little bit of information on the characters that these figures are inspired by. And I know I was teasing a little bit because this figure for me doesn't really do anything. I think, as I mentioned, he appeared in 2012 and I never really read the updated Avengers then. So yeah, his character doesn't mean nothing to me, not too fussed, and it is a very bland character, but he is a cosmic character. So yeah, happy days if you want him in your collection. Let's compare him to some cosmic figures. Here is the Mr. Captain Universe himself, and I think these two do appear in the comics at some point. I think I've seen a picture in my Who Is He segment, and then here's Vance Astro as well. Why not? Both, all three of these are on different molds. This guy's on quite a chunky mold, but as you can see, this one is probably the bigger mold. Definitely leaning towards like a Grim Reaper style mold. Again, I could be wrong. I do think it's Hyperion. Someone tell me in the comments before I lose my mind. But either way, you can tell he's a lot bulkier. If anything, the order for bulkiness is that. And he's a lot taller than Wow, even without the pointy... Yeah, if I move my camera back, even without his pointy, spiky bits. I didn't notice as well, but one of these is longer than the others. That's not good. And he's got a green middle eye. I never found out what that meant. But yeah, there he is. Let's compare him to something else. Here he is compared to the only two other figures in this wave that I've reviewed so far, including Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon. Obviously these two are MCU characters, so he doesn't fit in at all. Again, I do apologise for this terrible review. I've just sort of been taking the mick a little bit. But it's a decent figure. It is very comic accurate. So if you are a fan of this character, then you can't complain with this figure because it is very comic accurate and it looks good for what it is. Like, it's not, the figure is perfect because the character design is exactly this. So the figure is spot on, to be honest. You can't complain. Just for me, this character doesn't do anything. I didn't bother going over articulation because, again, if you know this mold, then you know where the articulation is. Nothing's there to hinder it. It's just standard articulation. But yeah, I've been babbling too much already about a character I clearly didn't know nothing about. But until then, make sure you go and watch my reviews for Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon and stay tuned to the channel for the rest of the reviews in this wave and obviously finishing on the Mantis Build-A-Figure. So until then, leave me a comment below, let me know how terrible this review was and let me know what mold is on. And let me know if you're a fan of this character or if you even knew who he was. And let me know in the comments if you've seen Austin Powers 3 Gold Member. Just out of curiosity. Until then, I will see you next time.